Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today I'm starting from part 2, positive attitude 1. I need help. I can't do it alone. I'm reading from 8 Positive Attitudes by Robert H. Schuller. So let's start. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Who is happy today? Everybody has so many problems, she snapped. I had watched the television reporter approach this woman on the street of New York City. She was obviously overrushed. She was obviously overrushed, over tense. The interviewer had simply asked her if she was happy. Now all I could see on my screen was the miserable side shot of an ill-mannered, ill-tempered woman whose negative attitude rang in my ears. I wanted to speak up. Wait a minute. Whoever you are. Happiness is not a question of having or not having problems. Everyone has problems, and not everyone is unhappy. Happiness is not dependent on whether or not we have problems, any more than it is dependent on whether or not we have material wealth. There are people who are happy even though they have very little. There are also people who are unhappy even though they have the wealth of kings. I have visited in the home and the office of a man whose personal fortune is measured in the tens of millions of dollars, and yet this man has financial problems. He has cash flow problems. His wealth is all tied up in investments. He earns an awesome salary, but most of his paychecks goes into the equally awesome mortgage payments. Oh, but you say, I would gladly trade his financial security for my financial insecurity. To that I reply, nobody is financially secure. The more you have, the more you can lose. So, where do we find this elusive attitude of happiness? Where do we find escape from the entrapping problems that rob us of our joy? Where do we find the healing of our wounded hearts? The question is all important, for too often, too many of us go to the wrong source for help. I love the story of the man who went to his doctor. The doctor told him, I am sure I have the answer to your problem. The man answered, I certainly hope so, doctor. I should have come to you long ago. The doctor asked, what did you go before? I went to the pharmacist. The doctor sneakily remarked, what kind of foolish advice did he give you? He told me to come see you. He told me to come to see you. We do go to the wrong places too often. If you have a medical problem, see your physician. If your problem is an unhappy spirit, then I have a spiritual doctor that I recommended. His name is Isa alayhi salam, or as Muslim, his name is Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Believe me, Isa alayhi salam was a joy-filled person. He had problems, but he knew how to handle them creatively and constructively. Follow me through the next 8 chapters as we look upon the Beatitudes. The Be Happy attitudes of Isa alayhi salam. You will discover our Lord's key to joyful living. Joyous living is a grand possibility. Yes, even if we have problems, financial problems. Wait a minute. Our reaction to our financial condition is far more important than the reality of the financial position. After all, poverty is not just a matter of finances. Every one of us faces some kind of poverty. We all have a need at some level of our lives. It may be financial poverty, but it may also be occupational poverty, either a lack of success in our chosen profession or merely a lack of direction, lack of dream. Lack of a dream or a goal. It may be intellectual poverty or emotional poverty. Isa begins the Beatitudes with a tremendous principle that has to do with this question of poverty. Blessed are the pure, blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. The secret of successful living is simple. You and I must discover our soft spots, our weak links, our ignorant areas, our poverty pockets, and then we must become poor in spirit as well. Face up to our poverty, humble our attitudes, acknowledge our weaknesses, ask for help. He is poor in his or her own way. Yours may be occupational poverty. If you are just starting out in life, you probably lack a dream. You need to know how to find a professional dream and how to pursue it. If you already have a goal toward which you are striving, you may lack an emotional support system that will carry you towards success. If you are very successful, if you think you have arrived and you have got it made, you may also have a need. What is it? You may need to decide where you go from here and how you handle the success you have achieved. If occupational success is eluding you, then the first be happy attitude verse is for you, for happiness will come when you surrender your arrogance and ask for help. Pride keeps us from crying out. Greed also stops us. We want to take all the credit for our success. Let me share with you a valuable sentence I committed to memory long ago. Allah can do tremendous things through the person who doesn't care who gets the credit. Allah can do tremendous things through the person who doesn't care who gets the credit. If you are willing to accept this basic premise, then you are willing to hire highly qualified people in your company or your corporation. They will make your business venture a success. They may get the credit, but you will be a success, and you will have helped not only yourself, but also everyone is around you. Poverty handled in a pleasant, positive manner is an opportunity to involve good and generous people in our dreams, for often the strong welcome an opportunity to help the weak. The wealthy find meaning in their lives when they are given an opportunity to share in some worthy project on person. Today, I enjoy the friendship of many wonderful people whom I met when I had to beg for their help to build a crystal cathedral or to spread a ministry via television. I have been blessed because I have been poor enough to swallow my pride and humbly ask for assistance. The result? Not merely success in reaching my occupational goals, but lasting friendships with those who saved the day for me. So don't become defensive about your lack by trying to gloss over it or pretending the problem doesn't exist. Chances are that such an attitude will end in futility, and you will end up paying an awful price. The way to handle your area of poverty is to say, I need help. Okay, we are ending here. Next day we will start from intellectual poverty, inshallah. Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum.